you can come forward so that you can, your question is also recorded, because I am hearing complaints from America and Africa particularly, that sometimes the question is not recorded. It's difficult for them to follow the answer without the help of the question is not there.
So I was talking to some Christians, and they were saying that although they thought that Islam was quite reasonable in logic, they couldn't accept it on the grounds that Christianity, once they believed, promised them paradise, and that the Muslim, according to them, could not be assured of paradise even if he believed, and that they were saying that it is part and parcel of the Islamic faith that you can never be 100% sure of being granted paradise. So could you explain a bit further so I would be able to answer?
The question is, which problem is right and which problem is false? That's the main thing to be decided. If a false promise is made, however good the promise be, it will be worse than a small promise which is true. So it is just like telling your child that I am going to give you some sweet while you don't have a sweet. And on the other hand, somebody promises his children a little bit of the same, much less than the other promised large quantity of sweet, and fulfills that promise. Who would be better? The one who makes the smaller promise and fulfills, or the one who makes a larger and bigger promise and does not fulfill? That is the question. So that promise which they think has been given to them by Christianity can be analyzed here on its face value and proved to be wrong, because Islamic philosophy is such that it is applicable to this life, and also it is not just a claim, it carries the proof supporting that claim. So the Holy Quran has explained the philosophy of paradise and tells, Man kana fi hadhihi al-ama fa huwa fil akhirati ama. Then the angels tell those who are promised paradise, Nahnu awliyaukum fil hayati dunya wa fil akhirah. Abshiru bil jannati allati kuntum tu'adun. So the paradise which Islam promises is not something which belongs to after death, to the era after death. It begins here, and the symptoms begin to appear here. So that promise can be verified. It's not just something which you close your eyes and you don't know what may happen to you. But it says here on this earth will begin to show you that you belong to paradise. And the symptoms of the paradise will appear. Now these symptoms have been enumerated in the Holy Quran at some places. The Bible is completely silent on this. So as long as it is just a tall claim, how can anybody believe in any claim if, why not go to some other religion who make even louder claims? So if you have to go after claims and compare them, we are not in the market. Let them compare their claims in between. But if they want to judge scientifically and find out the truth, then Islam is a system. And as I mentioned, in these two verses for instance, it says that those who are blind here on this earth will rise as blind men in the hereafter. That shows that you can't expect paradise unless you have developed those abilities, the inner qualities, without which you cannot go to paradise. And those qualities are to be judged here on this earth. And this verse belongs to the changes which someone goes through while improving his soul by practicing Islam on this earth. According to Islam, when you begin to practice Islam correctly, then within you spiritual organs begin to develop. Like eyes, there will be spiritual eyes. Like ears, there will be spiritual ears. And a whole inner being begins to be born here on this earth. So this verse refers to this phenomenon. If you have not developed those spiritual eyes with which you can see your God and the phenomena of religion, then you cannot expect to be born with eyes in the hereafter. But there is another, this is something subjective. As yet, it is subjective, and some Christian can say that all right, we have also got inner eyes. We have developed them, okay. So, but there should be some objective study as well, some proof where it can be positively shown that God, that the paradise has been denied you and has not been denied us here on this earth. In the second verse which I recited, that phenomena has been discussed. Allah says, يَتَتَنَزَّلُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ أَلَّا تَخَافُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَبْشِرُوا بِالْجَنَّةِ الَّتِي كُنْتُمْ تُوعَدُونَ نحن أولياؤكم في الحياة الدنيا وفي الآخرة ولكم فيها ما تشتهي أنفسكم ولكم فيها ما تدعون. It says that those people who are promised paradise, they will be recipients of revelation through angels on this earth. The promise of paradise is not something just belonging to the other world. In this world they will begin to see the promise being fulfilled. And the angels which would descend upon them would be talking angels, not silent, quiet angels. That is to say, it will not be their inner thoughts and views which they will be attributing to Allah that we receive this revelation. It will be an observable phenomena, an objective phenomena from outside, that they will receive angels descending upon them, and they will be talking to them, and they will be giving them promises, and such promises as they will themselves speak to the rest of the world, that angels did speak to them. And what are the promises? La takhafu wa la tahzanu. That shows that they are passing through a state of fear, and a state where they are being deprived of their properties and their possessions, with the result that they are feeling sorrowful, they are sad and dejected because of these losses. So when angels begin to descend, they come with this promise, that from now on, your sorrow will be turned into happiness. Your fears will be turned into hope. So we have come with this message, and this message is to be fulfilled here on this earth. Now what better proof can you offer anybody that that promise of paradise has been fulfilled partly here? And Jamaat Ahmediyya has been passing through all these phases, year after year, or decade after decade. And the history of Jamaat Ahmediyya is a proof enough that when paradise is promised to us, that promise is just not a fake promise or just something belonging to the other world. It is a reality which we begin to see here, and we have seen here many a time before, and we are expecting it to be seen again now. So that then draw their attention that now this is the time to observe. Now we are speaking from a point of rejection, from the lowest step, where almost all hope is lost. It's total darkness. And you can also share that darkness with us if you begin to see from our angle. So there's nothing which is obscure about it. And now we are telling you, the angels have started descending upon us. And they are vomiting. So you'll live long enough to see that this promise is kept, and then you'll know that the promise which was given to us about the life after death, that also would be kept. But what is the sign for your promises?